All right, Miss Holly, now I'm going to show you how to do the G method so you can start your own horses and fix problem horses yourself. Now, they all won't be the same and there's different techniques, but mainly it's because there's a missing step in the foundation. So here we go. First step we're going to do is lead our horses and then apply respect. Okay, make sure you have that respect and that bubble. Okay, very important. But you don't have to follow them. You can just use your lead rope to apply it. Now, if they're not backing up and you're swishing it and they don't want to listen, we have to create more energy. If you need to go over there like a wild man, a wild shooter out, do what's necessary, okay? Be loud. Do not be scared to be loud. The louder we are with our horses, the more forgiving they'll be and the more responsive too. So once we got this down with your horse or with her, apply this a lot with her, okay? Have boundaries, have respect. Okay, very nice. As soon as she does this thing smooth, all right, we can go to the next step. Now, the first day probably won't be perfect, but I suggest each step, do it a week. One step, do the whole thing for a whole week, and then proceed to the next. But with this, if you want to get on a colt within 30 minutes to an hour, we must do it rapidly because can be a time event. So we just combine all the steps together and proceed. All right, now we got this done. We're going to desensitize with the lead rope. Now when you throw this over, lots of horses like to go away from it. So what we do, we just apply respect, and up close we won't be like this all the way. We stay pretty close to them because up close is up in the saddle. So now that we can do this, we touch them, we start touching them, preparing them, and getting to know each other. So once we got this, we passed it on both sides, we throw the lead rope over. This is before the horse is even saddled, none of that. But we can do it while they're saddled too, and all the steps too as well. Just to keep them going right. Anyways, once we got this is a step closer to touching them, okay, with our hands. So this is our extension. Once we got this, we can rub them. Very nice. Get close, get to know each other. You can even flex them, get them ready to handle. Very nice. Back and forth. We can also work on disengaging. This is not necessary, but I like to throw it around their legs too. But we'll get there to this part. Once we got this on both sides, you can throw the lead rope on both sides. Okay, and they're frozen. Okay, they're standing still. We get close. Get closer here. All right, woo, a little windy. We can proceed now to go and get the lead rope underneath for the cinch. So we toss it over and catch it. Once we got it in our hands, we apply firm. Now they're going to want to move forward. So if they move forward, use that same energy to disengage. So we want to pull that nose over here and apply firm. Same if you haven't saddled your horse for a while, apply this. You know, make sure they don't do any funky stuff. Now some horses will want to pull, you know, because they're resistant. They don't know nothing about giving to pressure or follow the nose, none of that stuff. So sometimes I suggest just to open up. If you don't want to get too close yet, just open up around the horse. There you go. Apply pressure towards the. But the main thing is just you stay with the horse together, because up close is on top of the saddle, so we got to stay here close. Then we got bump, bump, bump. Don't be afraid of bump. Start using your cues to move that horse. So when you get on and you use your cues, it's going to move their feet. And at the same time, we're applying pressure. Now, we'll get to this step again later. Once you've done that on both sides, and we have the respect down, I even test them real quick before we proceed to the next step. Okay? make sure they stop. They don't take one step forward. A lot of horses, when you're ready to apply the flag, they can go away, you know. Sometimes they'll even jump forward because you're pulling on them too. So apply respect, stay a good distance. We're going to present the flag down the lead rope to the nose, down the cheek. Now they're going to be moving around and stuff. We want to use the walls of the round pen to shut them down, to freeze them. So when they're going towards that wall and you have that flag, shut them down, put them in respect, okay? And you have to be loud because they're looking at the flag and they got to be loud enough to get the focus on you. Once we got this, it's going down and you have them frozen, we can proceed to the next side. And don't let go of your lead rope. Okay, so we proceed to the next side. They might do the same thing, so just freeze them again and proceed at a standstill. Once you got this right here, they don't have a care in the world, we can proceed to the next step, which is preparing for the saddle. Okay, and I like to do the flag everywhere. You know, doesn't have to be the first session because we're in a time situation, but I'll go down just depending on the horse. As soon as they pass, proceed to the next. Now we got our tarp. I'm not going to throw it at her crazy either. We're going to bundle it up a little bit. Okay, better off if you fold it before you do it. But stay back. The horse is watching, observing what you're doing over here, which is good. The louder you are, the more forgiving they are. So you can be loud out here. Okay. Now we're going to do the exact same thing. Short down the lead rope, up towards the head, through the pole, down to the body. Okay. Here we are. Notice I'm away from there because if they decide to strike, they're not going to hit me and actually shoo them away too. If they decide to jump to you, you need to be loud enough to, hey, whoa, you need to flee away from me, okay? So here we are. If they decide to keep moving around, we shut them down and freeze them again. From right here, though, we're not going to be 5 feet down the lead rope because we're right here close. So we zoom in our lead rope. Once we got this down the body, proceed to the other side. Now be careful, don't go over here because they can strike. So notice I have it high the whole time, up level to their head so they can see it. Down the lead rope to the nose, cheek, down the body. All right, once they got that at a standstill, we can start opening up our tarp, which is just a 4x8 tarp. All right, now we don't want to just toss it over like this because they can run us over. If we do that, we'll have an accident and then you're not working the horse anymore. Okay, you're in recovery. So let's not do that when you're showing the horse the tarp. We got this real good on both sides. We'll go over his neck like this, enough to activate her eye. At the same time, I have this lead rope in my hand or even across my forearm. Once we have this and she accepts it from this side, we can start throwing it over a little bit. Not throwing it over, but moving it over bit by bit. Once we got this, we can start spreading it out further and further. From here, you can tie a knot, a square knot from here. That way it doesn't fall off. We don't want it to fall off neither. We want it on there, okay? The saddle's going to be on there. Okay, once we got this, we can desensitize from this side. Now they're going to want to move out. So what you do, you go with them. Because now we're desensitizing emotion. But first, let's get them at a standstill. Let's freeze them first. I'm one step ahead. Let's freeze them first. Do it on both sides. Okay. This is the representation of the saddle. Okay. So the louder we are, the more forgiving your horse is. Okay. All right. Now what we can do You get the tip of your lead rope or your crop or even a flag, crop with the flag. But I don't like using the flag if because then you're pushing it with the flag, but we want them to be desensitized. So just get your lead rope, apply pressure, and now we're desensitizing in motion, okay? Now they could trot, they could walk. As long as they're moving and they have that tarp around them, it'll be fine. At the same time, you're applying the handle on their face. Left is left, okay? Left is left. Very nice. Now we can freeze them. Be loud enough to freeze. All right. Now we got do the other side. At the same time, we can show them our cues, our mouth cues. They're going to help us move their feet once they're on. Remember, all this is within 30, 45 minutes, an hour. Just depends on the horse. And the steps of, are they getting aggravated? Where are they? That's part of training. Once we got that, and we're bumping them, right is right, left is left, we can disengage some more, get close, desensitize the motion. Now be careful, do not let go of this right one because they can kick you when you're desensitizing. Now we can freeze them. Very nice. And some more. Very nice. Apply respect. Once we got this on both sides, notice just use a little bit into my bubble. So all we got to do is move them out. Okay? The horses won't know. They technically want to go away, but now we're getting close because up close is on top of the saddle. We're being extra loud. Extra loud. Very nice. Respect. Very nice. Once they've passed this, we can go back to our lead rope. Since we used it when we shoot her away, we used it to move their feet. Now let's clean up our mess. If we touched her, if we spanked her by accident, or maybe you meant it, clean it up. Now we're going back to the cinch. Back to desensitizing, okay? Now that we can get close again, we prep for the cinch one more time. We're going to do the same thing, okay? Once we got here, we disengage, apply firm pressure, okay? Very nice. Apply respect and apply firm pressure, okay? Very nice. While you're backing her up, okay? Very nice. Respect. What you do on one side, you do to the other. Disengage. Apply pressure where your cinch is going to go and your back girth. If you have a back girth. Very nice. And disengage. Now we can move our lead rope back to our feet. And they're going to want to move around. You know, they'll be fast and move their feet. You just stay with them right here close and keep applying. Right, a pull. Bump, 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 bump. Very nice. There you go. If that happens, apply respect, okay? Very nice. Once we got that, we're ready for the saddling, okay? We have, if she does that, apply respect. No one told her to move anywhere. Okay. Once we're done with this, you got your horse frozen, we can take the tarp off. We can take the tarp off and proceed to saddling. Your pads, take your time with that. But if we are trying to do it pretty soon in 45 minutes, we need to hurry up and go it. This is a method to go compete with. Okay, awesome. Now that we're here, we got our saddle pads. We're going to do the exact same thing we did with the flag and with the tarp. Show them to her, okay? Go down the head, down the neck, okay? With your pad. Make sure they accept it real good. They seem pretty quiet. Proceed. As soon as they pass, proceed. Okay, now you bring your saddle. Now do it from both sides. You can put it on from over here, take it off from over here, put it back on, take it off. Okay, now we got that, and she's standing still. Proceed next step, saddle. Now we got to do the saddle. Okay, now before the saddle, I like to tap the saddle pads. Okay, same when I have the tarp, the blue tarp, tap it so they can be desensitized. If you're chunking it over, because it's heavy and that lands, they won't be so spooky, skittish. So do it on both sides. Tap the saddle pad. Tap it, tap it. If they decide to move, just put it back on spec. All right, now it's gonna be the same thing towards the saddle. I like to do it from the right side, due to as if the cinch isn't correctly linked, you have to come back around and fix it. Which, if you have time for that, you can throw it from this side. But this is, remember, it's a time event. So what we do here is we show the saddle same way, okay, through the nose, around your arm, through the nose, show her over here, pick up the saddle, okay. Let me move this horse so you can see me. We have the saddle here. We present it to him. Okay, we can touch him, put it around in here, okay, and then you can toss it over and stay with them. If they decide to move, I can just grab the lead rope like this. Okay, I can grab it and turn it, or you can just hold it in your hand and then freeze them. But once we get here, okay, you don't need to desensitize yet until you cinch your horse up. Get your length, come back over here. Now I like to get your lead rope. You can do it before your saddle too, and go underneath like this. Okay, it's gonna prep them not be so sensitive either. Okay, once you got that done, I'm gonna move her. Don't move your horse when you're saddling it. Once I got this, I even get a little loop in here. You get pretty good over time. You loop the cinch, or just go underneath and grab it. Okay. Once you got that, apply firmness. You got your girth, if you have a girth, or just the front cinch is fine. First thing we do is disengage. By that time, we are working more on handling, moving her around, okay, getting her undivided attention. Now they won't be like this like her. They'll be more just one eye, but we want to move them out, okay, and disengage. Lots of disengagement. And respect, excuse me. Very nice. And send them out. Shut them down immediately before they even think about wanting to curl hop or whatever. So here we go. Disengage. Same thing. Up close. Desensitizing emotions. Start getting your stirrup. Getting it ready. The louder the better. Remember. Bump, bump, bump. Very nice. Same over here. They decide to move, shut them down. If you want them to move, send them out. Desensitizing emotion. Very nice. Disengage. So mainly right here is lots of handling left and right. Next step is we're going to jump, getting ready, okay? Getting ready to mount. Do it on both sides, all the jumping, okay? Once we got that, we flex. Oh, now they're going to want to be moving around. So we got to freeze them back up and flex, freeze them back up and flex. Flex to both sides. Very important. Walk back around and flex over here. Do lots of flexing with your horse, okay? When you're home. It makes it better. Lots of flexing. Now, we don't always want to pull from where the lead rope is. We'll show you where to hook the reins at here in a minute. Once we got here, if you're using a halter, you can hook your reins from the sides. That way we have obvious pull left and right, okay? And well, that's going to help us through undivided attention, moving them, disengaging. That's when we put the reins on. But this works too. But it's better to be more clear with your horses. Anyways, once we got here and we're flexing her, we're getting the mount up. and she moves, don't get on. Flex her, just stay with her right here. Straight up. Straight down. Do it on both sides, okay? Do it on both ends. Once we got, you don't have to, not necessary, but if you want a broke horse, do that. Okay. Now, activate that eye. Remember, switch your hand this way, because we don't want to surprise them. Once we got here, bend their nose a little bit, get in your stirrup, go up, activate that eye again, then boom, get on. Perfect. Very nice. You can get back off from there, get back on, get off, get back on, or just stay on. And then we disengage. Us and disengaging. Very nice. Once we got that, and they decide they want to move forward, we can bump them a little bit, but mainly give them the rein. Give them all the rein. Let them walk. You think they're getting too fast? Shut them down. Let them walk. Now, small circles. Small circles. Eventually, they'll start walking out. When you're disengaging, disengage. This is important. That way they don't buck on you. They get used to you being on them. Once you got that, just go slow around the round pen. Your horsemanship skills will come around, and you'll know when it's time to do a trot, when to canter. We'll see, if she's getting pissed off, back off, work it on the next session. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to holler. I'm gonna show you how to do you can do all this, but the main thing is undivided attention, getting her softs, left and right. A few little ground methods I got for you to keep her up, keep her going forward more in the right direction. Like I said, if you have any questions, holler. Thank you. Stay tuned. Okay, Ms. Holly, today I'm going to show you how to do the undivided attention with the snaffle and a couple other maneuvers with the snaffle. So when you go home, you can apply this to your horse. I can go back and proceed through the G method, but I'm going to show you the undivided attention with the snaffle, which is I'm going to put my hand right next to the snaffle. Let me turn her around. Thumb down the rein, okay, right next to the clip, right underneath it, right next to your snaffle. Now we're going to send her out and give her the undivided attention, which is keeping our arm straight and having both eyes on us. And we eventually want to go towards our pocket right here. This is going to save your life right here. Making sure you have a handle on your horse and that they are listening to you. As you know, she is a horse that likes to be everywhere. So this is going to be get her softness, get her paying attention, and lots of disengaging, which is move to the hip, nose to hip, pull to the hip. And she tries to bite you, you just nudge her. Don't be doing that. There's a weird habit of that stuff. All right, disengage. Undivided attention. I like to do this as a square dance. We are square dancing is what I like to call it. Disengage, pull to hip. If you need help, if you have a back girth, grab your back girth so it'll help you stay with the horse. Okay, click to get her feet to move. If she doesn't want to listen to the clicks, we use our crop. Oh, very nice. Now, we always want to stand in front for undivided attention. We're going to clip the other side. Oh, if she wants to anticipate, shut her down. Make enough noise, energy to shut her down. She's trying to get a step ahead. That's not. Horses are terrible drivers. Don't let them drive. They'll put you in a bind. All right, next. Thumb down the rein, underneath the clip. Send her out like if you're going to lunge. Bring her back towards the inside. towards her shoulder. Now we're gonna bump. If we have a twisted snaffle, we bump. We can use our magic wand over here to have her moving forward by moving her butt, keeping her forward. Now we don't have to trot. We can, all this is in the walk. Now I got both eyes, and we start moving it down to our hip, because low and relaxed horses are slow. A low head is a slow horse. There you go. But we always, if you feel like there's resistance and it's not soft, bumper. Okay, you're not gonna hurt her. Same, flexing, disengage, walk to the hip, nose to hip. Shut right here. They lose their momentum, their power when they cross their legs. They can't run off. If we need help, use your crop. Use our clicks. Very nice. Good girl. Okay, that's very important when you go somewhere new and she's like this. I know she's gonna be doing that. She needs time. She needs work. Put her through this. Very good. 5 minutes till she passes. Very easy. And get on. Another thing I like to do, you can use your reins. You can use a 20-foot lead rope, and we're going to send them out. Now, the longer the lead rope, the more leverage we got towards the mouth, more poundage. Okay? So I suggest a lot taking her through the get some long lines, tie your stirrups. Oh baby. Tie your stirrups from underneath, and then run your lines through the stirrups. That way they're not flapping. So run your lines to the snaffle bit, and then you can drive from the ground. Okay? All that's gonna help you. Anyways, back to lunging. You can lunge her from the snaffle bit. Now, does it need to be fast? No, it does not. But a good trot. Don't be afraid to get her sweating either. Let her sweat, work her, move her feet. You can do this for a couple minutes. Let her trot. It'll gain muscle and stay healthy at the same time. And at the same time, you're working on the mouth, which is left. Pull is left. Now you can ask for their head while they're here too. There you go. You can ask for it. They give, you give it back. Oh, very nice. What you do on one side, you do to the other. You mainly want to keep them even. If she's struggling on one side, do that side more. Okay. Like I said, don't be afraid to work her. How do we shut down a horse? Oh, applying respect, undivided attention. Freeze your horse. Don't always leave them on. Clean them. Clean them afterwards. This is not just for spanking. This is reality. This is for direction. Other side. She does good on cantering there, loping. We can move to the other side. Now, if we want to get her conditioned, keep pushing her on the loping. If you feel there's resistance on your rein hand, tug on it. Do some bumps. Now, if you want her to keep going, we need to push all. But when she does good, oh baby, we reward her by slowing her down. Hey, good girl. We can flex her at a standstill. Very nice. Very nice. I highly suggest go get you a cavesson to put on her. Definitely going to help. But this little session right here is going to help you a lot with handling and getting her to change to the speed transitions as well. When you get on, it makes things a lot easier. And especially once you get on your horse, we want to stand still for a few seconds, a minute, okay? Because we don't want them to walk off. That's a terrible habit that horses can get. And then you can check your steering wheel flexor. Very nice. Make sure she's soft. This is with the snaffle. I told you to get a snaffle with shanks, a twisted snaffle with shanks. I can help you set that up. But that one's for, you know, have a little bit more leverage in their mouth. And don't be afraid to back up your horse's knee. Lots of backup. Lots of backing up. Now we can get her smoother by the more you do backing up, okay? And you can do half an arena. When we walk off, give her the rein. If you feel like she's going slanted, pick up your outside rein, close this door, and side pass her square back up. Or if you're going into an obstacle and she's fading away sideways, pick this rein up, close this door, and put her back in the middle, square her up. Put her in between your hands. Put her head between your hands. Anyways, that is how you're gonna keep this baby up to date. Another one you can do very good is you can use this snaffle to go down the fence, down this fence line. When we are doing our lunging, we can do the side passing too. If you feel like she's coming towards you, pick up that rein just like I did. If you feel like she's coming into your bubble, pick it up and push it towards her shoulder. Towards her shoulder, it'll send them out. And another thing, you can put your hand up towards your eye. Boundaries. Don't send her out. With that energy, we move her forward. With horses that need help, that don't know what we're asking of, we don't pull on their mouth. We need them to go forward, to side pass. So go with them. Don't be making contact with their mouth. We want to move that hip more. We just tap it. Tap the hip. Very nice. I'll pull her around. Oh, very nice. She'll see how I shut her down by putting her in respect, moving up and down. Hey, hey. Good girl. Other side. All this is going to help to keep her going in the right direction. She's a young horse, so expect stupid stuff. Stupid stuff will happen. Good girl. But hope this video helps, and I hope if you have any questions, feel free to holler. You have help or situations that are happening and you don't know how to accomplish them. Holler at me. I'm here to help you. Hope you enjoyed, and God bless.